This is a circular polarizer and GMist filter from Freewell, and it just might be my favorite X100 accessory ever. Before we get started, I do want to say that Freewell did send me this product for free, but they have not sponsored this video and I have not been paid in any way to give them a positive review. Alright, so why do I like this product so much? If you've seen my channel before, then you know that I love street photography. And the two filters that I use the most when I'm doing street photography are one, a black pro mist filter, and two, a circular polarizer. So this product combines both of those filters into a nice sleek package, and it even includes a lens hood. So it makes it ideal for the type of photography that I like to do. The product has an all aluminum construction, and the silver anodizing looks really good and matches really well with my X100 6. The CPL has a very nice rotation. It's very well damped. The lens hood is really easy to align because there's an O-ring in there that allows you to keep friction and tension on this so it stays in place where you get it aligned. It does come with an aluminum lens cap that fits very nice and snug and looks really sharp. And even though this thing is made of all aluminum, they were still able to keep the weight down at only 70 grams. And the nice thing is that all of this costs only $70 US at the time of making this video. On the surface, that seems like kind of a lot, but when you think about you're getting pretty much a mist filter and a circular polarizer and a lens hood, it seems like a pretty good deal to me. So for those of you who don't already know what a CPL filter does or why you would want to use one, from a very high level, what it does is it allows you to cut down on glare and reflections off of typically hard surfaces or even reflections you'll get from clouds, things like that. So it's really handy when you're doing street photography because you're often shooting buildings which have glass, and you're shooting cars, and you have cloudy skies in the background a lot of the time. And so what this will do is it'll really cut down on that glare, and you get the added benefit of you a lot of times get increased saturation in your colors. Now the mist filter, which is baked into the CPL filter, so you can't separate the two. What the mist filter does is it gives your highlights a little bit of a smoother roll off. And in practical sense, what that does is a lot of times with skin, it gives you just a little bit nicer look to the skin. It'll help smooth it out a little bit. If you have highlights in your images, it'll just roll those off ever so slightly. And what I really like to use the mist filters for are, especially at night, when you get these street lights or neon signs, you'll get this really nice blooming effect where you get kind of this halation around all of those signs, and it looks really cool and really cinematic. I love it. Before we get into my final thoughts, let's take a quick look at the sample gallery of images that I took from downtown Ventura. Alright, so overall, I really like this product, but there are a few nitpicky things that I would change in a V2 of this product. So for one, the CPL rotation lever. While it feels really good and I, for the most part, like it, I found it to be a little awkward to use when I first started using it. After a few minutes, I adopted, like this weird one finger technique where I'd kind of put my hand underneath and rotate like this with one finger. You can also kind of pinch it with your thumb just like that, but you only have one finger. I kind of want two levers. I think that would be really nice. All right, so the next small complaint I have is with the lens hood. Now, while the lens hood overall looks cool and it is functional, some people may not want to use the lens hood. And for me, that would be me most of the time, because the X100 6 for me is all about portability and its compactness. So I'd like to keep the whole package as small as possible, which means I would not want to run the lens hood. The problem is that you can technically remove this lens hood, but if you do that, the stock lens cap or the Freewell lens cap, neither of those lens caps fit anymore. Freewell, if you do a V2, it'd be really nice if you could figure out a way to be able to run this setup without the lens hood or with the lens hood and still have the lens cap fit. Okay, so the last issue that I want to call out is the fact that the mist filter and the CPL filter are tied together and you can't separate them. Now I know on one hand, that's a really good thing because it cuts down on the overall size and the cost of the product. But the downside is that, now like I said earlier in the video, I like to use the mist filter, especially at night, because it gives you that nice blooming effect from neon signs and street lights and stuff like that. But if you didn't already know, CPL filters typically reduce the amount of light that you have coming into your camera. So when you're using this combo, yes, you get the mist filter, but you're also getting one-stop reduction of light coming into your camera. I'm not sure if that can be fixed because, like I said, it keeps the package size small and the cost down, but just so everybody watching this knows that that is an issue that you may run into. And Freewell, if you do a V2, if you could find a way to separate those two and still keep the cost down and the size down, that'd be great. But for everyday carry, for daytime street photography, for landscapes, pretty much anything else other than nighttime photography, I think that this is a really good companion because it'll get you through pretty much any scenario that you're shooting. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. At the time of making this video, the Freewell CPL+GMist filter is selling for $69.99 US. I'll be sure to leave links down in the description below if you guys want to check that out. If this is your first time here, my name is Matt and I make videos about photography, video, I do gear reviews, I have a vlog, all that good stuff. So if you don't want to miss out on any future content, please consider liking and subscribing because it helps me out a lot. Again, my name is Matt and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.